The show's protagonist is an unusual young girl named Wednesday Addams. Despite being only 13, she rarely expresses emotion and has a morbid fascination with death. She is also widely recognized for her black and white Gothic attire, which others find peculiar. In the opening scene, Wednesday arrives at her high school with an unsettling expression. Upon opening her locker, she discovers her brother, Pugsley, bound and gagged with an apple in his mouth. After freeing him, she suddenly experiences a vision revealing the identities of his tormentors. This moment introduces her supernatural ability. Wednesday can see glimpses of both the past and future through touch. Determined to get revenge, she tracks down the swim team bullies responsible for Pugsley's suffering and calmly releases 2 bags full of piranhas into the pool. As chaos erupts and the terrified bullies flee for their lives, Wednesday makes one thing clear: no one messes with her brother except her. The next scene introduces her parents, Morticia and Gomez Addams. Frustrated by their daughter's macabre antics, they decide to enroll her at Nevermore Academy, a prestigious institution for supernatural students. Both Morticia and Gomez are alumni of the school, hinting that they, too, possess unique abilities. Meanwhile, deep in the woods near Nevermore, a lone hiker embarks on his journey only to be brutally attacked by an unknown creature. Later, the local sheriff discovers the mutilated body and begins his investigation. Shockingly, this isn't the first such incident. Similar gruesome attacks have been occurring frequently. Upon arriving at Nevermore, Wednesday meets Principal Larissa Weems, who oversees the academy. She is assigned a roommate, Enid Sinclair, a cheerful werewolf who is her complete opposite in every way. Enid's side of the room is adorned with bright, colorful decorations, clashing with Wednesday's preference for darkness and all things Gothic. As Enid gives Wednesday a tour of the academy, she introduces the main student factions: Fangs A vampires, Furs A werewolves, Stoners A gorgons with snake-covered heads, Scales A sirens who can manipulate people with their voices. Enid also points out the most popular student at Nevermore, Bianca Barkley, a stunning siren, and her ex-boyfriend, Xavier Thorpe, an artist with the ability to bring his drawings to life. Meanwhile, as the Addams family departs, Gomez discreetly releases Thing, a severed, sentient hand, assigning him to keep watch over Wednesday. The next day, Wednesday participates in fencing class, where she faces off against the skilled Bianca. Initially, they are evenly matched, but the battle escalates when they remove their protective masks and agree to fight until one of them draws blood. Ultimately, Bianca emerges victorious by leaving a small cut on Wednesday's cheek. Later, as Wednesday leaves the infirmary, a stone gargoyle nearly crushes her. Fortunately, Xavier arrives just in time to push her to safety. Back in her dorm, she senses someone watching her. After searching the room, she discovers Thing. Realizing her parents sent him to spy on her, she threatens to imprison him unless he pledges loyalty. Fearful, Thing swears to serve her. As punishment for the piranha incident, Wednesday is required to attend therapy sessions. Principal Weems escorts her to Jericho, a nearby town, where she meets her therapist but refuses to engage. Instead, she sneaks out through the restroom window and unexpectedly bumps into a man. The moment she touches him, she experiences a vision of his impending death. Startled, Wednesday takes refuge in a coffee shop, where she encounters Tyler Galpin, the sheriff's son and a barista. Noticing that his espresso machine is malfunctioning due to Italian instructions, Wednesday effortlessly translates them and fixes the machine. In exchange, she asks for a ride to the nearest bus stop. Before Tyler can respond, a group of bullies in pilgrim costumes arrives and begins harassing her. At first, she ignores them, but when they push too far, she swiftly retaliates, taking them down with ease. Moments later, Principal Weems arrives with the sheriff and sees the aftermath. Furious, she reprimands Wednesday and forces her back to the academy. On their way, they pass the wreckage of a terrible car accident. Wednesday immediately recognizes the victim. It's the same man from her vision. That night, Wednesday plays a haunting melody on her cello from the dorm balcony. As werewolves howl at the full moon, Enid admits that, despite being a werewolf, she has yet to fully transform. Meanwhile, Thing sneaks into Tyler's room and gestures for him to call Wednesday. Startled but intrigued, he obliges, and the two begin video chatting. Wednesday invites him to meet her at the harvest fair, but her true intention is to use the opportunity to escape Nevermore. At the fair, Principal Weems keeps a close eye on Wednesday, but she still manages to sneak away and find Tyler. Just as they prepare to leave, she spots her classmate Rowan acting strangely. When she touches him, another vision strikes Rowan being mauled to death by an unknown force. Alarmed, she chases after him to warn him, but he uses his telekinetic abilities to pin her against a tree. Revealing that his mother, a powerful seer, foresaw Wednesday bringing destruction to Nevermore, Rowan believes he must kill her before the prophecy is fulfilled. Before he can finish the job, a monstrous creature suddenly appears, brutally tearing him apart before vanishing into the night. Stunned, Wednesday stares at Rowan's mangled body and the prophecy sketch he left behind. Soon after, the sheriff and his officers arrive, searching for Rowan's remains, but to everyone's shock, his body has disappeared. Even more bizarre, Rowan later reappears, seemingly unharmed. Suspicious, Wednesday sneaks into Rowan's dorm, only to find Xavier, his roommate. She hides under the bed as Bianca arrives. Listening in on their conversation, she learns that Bianca is determined to dominate Enid in the upcoming Po-Cup boat race. Determined to help Enid, Wednesday joins the competition. The race is ruthless, with no rules, and Bianca's team uses underhanded tactics to eliminate opponents. However, with Thing's assistance, Wednesday and Enid fight back, securing an unexpected victory, the first non-Siren team to win in 40 years. After the race, Principal Weems presents the Po-Cup trophy to Enid. Overwhelmed by the attention, Wednesday finds solace near a statue of Edgar Allan Poe, a former Nevermore student. While examining the statue, she notices a familiar symbol from Rowan's drawing. Solving a hidden riddle, she snaps her fingers twice, triggering a secret passageway leading to a hidden chamber. Inside, she finds the book from Rowan's vision. Just as she grabs it, a sack is thrown over her head. When the bag is removed, Wednesday finds herself surrounded by Bianca, Xavier, and several other students. They reveal themselves as members of the Nightshade Society, a secret organization Principal Weems had quietly reinstated. Xavier invites Wednesday to join, but she refuses and walks away. As Outreach Day arrives, Nevermore students are sent to work alongside local townspeople. Wednesday volunteers at Pilgrim World, where she befriends Eugene, a member of the school's beekeeping club. While investigating historical artifacts, she discovers a painting of a girl from her vision and learns that the original book she was searching for was stolen. Seeking answers, she and Thing venture into the woods, where she has another vision transporting her 400 years into the past. She witnesses Joseph Crackstone, Jericho's founder, condemning a young girl named Goody Addams and others to burn in a barn. Though Goody escapes, she warns Wednesday that Crackstone's legacy of evil endures. When Wednesday regains consciousness, she spots the monstrous creature that killed Rowan. She chases after it, only to watch its tracks morph into human footprints, confirming that the monster is, in fact, a transformed human. Later, during a town event, Wednesday enacts her own revenge by secretly ordering Thing to set fire to Crackstone's newly unveiled statue. As the townspeople panic, she smirks, playing her cello amidst the chaos. That night, a homeless man is killed by the monster, but his camera captures a chilling image of the attacker. The sheriff examines the developed photo, staring into the face of a nightmare.